Is it possible to drive a vehicle without a serpentine belt? Well, technically, yes, but it's definitely not advisable. The serpentine belt is crucial for powering critical components like the alternator, power steering pump, and air conditioning. Without it, everything starts coming apart at the seams pretty quickly. Imagine driving without power steering. It's like trying to wrestle a bear. Not to mention, your battery will drain rapidly because the alternator can no longer charge it. You'll be stranded, and unless you fancy a workout, I'd avoid that situation. So why do people even think about driving without a serpentine belt? Maybe their belt snapped unexpectedly and they're stuck miles from home. But here's the thing, putting that engine under stress can lead to costly damages. We're talking potential thousands in repair bills. Firstly, if your belt goes, the temperature gauge will start climbing. That's your engine screaming for help. Without a water pump powered by the belt, your engine loses its cooling system, and overheating can warp metals and blow head gaskets. Now let's talk about hydraulics. Power steering assists you in steering that 2-ton vehicle. Without it, maneuvering becomes precarious, especially at low speeds. It's like, turning a ship around in a kiddie pool. Take this seriously. So here's what you can do if your serpentine belt snaps. Pull over safely and quickly. Turn off the engine to prevent overheating and any further damage. Look up a towing service. Believe me, the upfront cost is better than frying your engine. Pro tip, keep a spare serpentine belt in the trunk, along with the necessary tools. It's not a guarantee, but if you know your way around an engine, it might save you some headaches. Options are priceless when you're in a pinch. You can usually spot a failing serpentine belt. Look for cracks or fraying edges. Yes. Get your hands a little dirty under the hood occasionally. Ignoring those warning signs is the equivalent of willingly walking into a trap. Another pro tip, if you're ever in the market for a used vehicle, inspect the serpentine belt. It's an often overlooked item that tells you how well the previous owner cared for the car. The condition of the belt can reveal a lot. Now, there are some myths floating around that you can replace a serpentine belt with pantyhose in a desperate moment. Don't fall for it. It's a Band-Aid solution at best. And at worst, it can become a hazard if it shreds in the engine bay. And while we're at it, learn how to change the belt yourself if you haven't already. It's simpler than it sounds and could add years to your car's life. Plus, it feels good to be self-reliant, doesn't it? Especially here in Portland, where roadside help might be 20 minutes away at best. And lastly, remember to use your senses. Listen for squealing or screeching noises when the engine is running. It's, your car's not so subtle nudge telling you it needs attention. Be proactive. Your wallet will thank you in the long run.